All right, hello, welcome AP Computer Science students. We're going to continue our work on arrays. Before we get into the new stuff, I have one review question for you. This array, I was tracking how many funny jokes I told per day. I told a lot one day, 43, that's quite a few, but I technically have 5 classes, so I guess that makes sense. It's not that many funny jokes per class. But anyways, I want to find the max number, and obviously you can just look at it and tell. But like if we had a huge array of like 1,000 elements, it'd take you forever to search through it. So we're gonna write a loop that will help us figure that out. So this is definitely something that'll be show up on the AP test. In fact, one of the free response questions had a thing basically just like this. So you don't have to do a method or anything here, but just see if you can remember like what's the process or the algorithm you use to figure it out. So sketch out some lines of code before watching the rest of this video. All right, so kind of the idea here is we want to make a little bucket that represents the max number, right? Make a max variable, and then you can set it to either two things. What I like to do usually just set it to the first element and then make a loop counter I that checks, am I greater than the max? And if I am, I become the new max. So like 13 certainly isn't greater, so the max would stay 32. And then we'd move it over here, move I over, and then say, is 43 greater? Yes, it is. So we'd knock it out, and then it would be 43. And then we just keep moving I over, and if we ever find one greater, it becomes the new max, right? So in this case, it'd go all the way to the end. It wouldn't find a new max, but then we just return the 43 and be done. Okay, and that's pretty much how it works. The only other thing is you can start off max at like the smallest integer ever, which is like integer.min, which I don't know what that is, but it'd be really a small number. And then what'll happen is you start your I now here, and this will automatically become the max, right? Because anything will be greater than the smallest integer possible. So this becomes max right away. So you can kind of do it either way, right? But I'm going to do the code where I set it to be the 0 spot because that's kind of what I like better. The only flaw with that, again, is if the array doesn't have any elements, then it's going to error out. But anyways, I'm going to make a max variable representing the max, and I'm going to set it to be the 0 position. Okay, and then when I do my loop, I don't need to start I at 0 like I normally do. I'm just going to start it at 1 because we've already checked the 0 spot. We've already set it to be the assumed max. Then I'm going to have I loop through all of them. So I'm going to do numjokes dot length, and I'm just going to stay less than that. Remember, the length is normal. Even though the indexes start at 0, length is normal. So I just have to stay less than that. Plus plus I. Okay, and then the code is pretty straightforward here. I'm just going to do an if the position I'm on. So if the position I'm on, the ith position, is greater than the max, it's going to become the new max. So I'm just going to set whatever number I'm at, the ith number here, to be the new max. Okay, and once the loop is done, then I'm going to return that max value or print it out or whatever, I guess. If it's a method, I would return. If it was not a method, I'd just print it out. Okay, so that would be how you go through and find the max element. All right, so for today's class, we're going to work on switching elements in an array. So we have the U.S. News World Report ranking the best teachers at RHS last year. You can see I spelled Oakland's name wrong, but he was the best. And then the new rankings came out, right? And Sievelton, not surprisingly, rose up the charts, and everyone else stayed the same. But basically, Sievelton now beat out Oakland, and so we have to switch those two teachers around, right? So that Sievelton is now the best teacher. Okay, so what we're really going to do is going to work on switching those two elements. Okay, and so I made a little code, which you'll find in today's folder called teacherrankings.java, and it'll look like this. So it kind of gives you a little bit of information about it, but you'll have to create the array and initialize it with the previous ranking. And then without creating a new array, you'll have to switch the name Sievelton and Oakland. right? And I'll try to spell Oakland right here for a change. I feel like Oakland should have an A right there. I'll have to talk to Mr. Oakland about how he spells his name. Seems like he's doing it wrong. But anyways, that you're gonna fill in this code and then turn it in either in your turn in folder or you can turn it in Google, on the page on the Schoology site. Okay. Anyway, so before you get going on this, I want to give you a little bit of help, right? And I'm going to do a different example here where I'm just going to take, and actually I'm going to do it in this visualizer. So basically I have names from here, class here, Tyson, Dom, Andrew, Erica. And let's say I just wanted to switch Tyson and Erica. So I think what students might think is you just say, okay, I'm going to take names position 0 and overwrite that with Erica, right? Boom, move it down. And then I'm going to do the reverse. I'm going to say position 3, I'm just going to move Tyson down there, right? And so pause the video and see if you can figure out what is actually going to be the problem with doing it that way. Okay, and so the problem is when we run this, I'm just going to visualize it. It'll be easy to see, hopefully. So I'm going to step forward, and there's our array. Sorry, it doesn't quite all fit on there, but you can see. So when I do this, basically we're going to take Erica and put her in position 0, right? So it overwrote Tyson, and now when we try and copy Tyson back, Tyson's no longer there. It's Erica. So now when I do position 3 set to position 0, now position 0 is Erica, and so it just writes Erica back to where it already was, right? So essentially Tyson got erased. That'd be a tragedy, but Tyson got erased here. And so the way we have to do this, I don't know, you maybe pause the video here again and see if you could figure out what would be a way to around this problem. Okay, so the trick is we're going to make a temp variable so that Tyson doesn't get erased. Okay, so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to do string, and I call it usually temp, and I'm going to basically set that to be the first one I'm going to overwrite so that I don't lose it. Right, so I'm going to make that be names.0 or names position 0. Okay, and so my temp will have names position 0, and then I can safely overwrite it here. And then when I do position 3, I just have that be my temp variable. All right, so now names position 3 will just be whatever I had stored position 0. So I'll save it Tyson here, overwrite him, and then I can put Tyson back in position 3. Okay, so if I visualize this now, we step through it. There's our array, temp is Tyson. So now we can safely overwrite Tyson. Sorry, this doesn't all fit here. But Tyson now gets overwritten in the array, but that's okay because I've saved him in temp. So now I can put him back in position 3. Right, and now we've successfully reversed Erica and Tyson. Okay, and one more way to visualize it, here's another visualization of this. So if I wanted to flip Alice, maybe just wanted to do Alice and Claire this time or something, basically I would make a temp and put Alice there. Then I can successfully overwrite her. So then I would do like position, like I don't know what the thing is called, but would do array position 0 can be overwritten with array position 2. So you could overwrite it. That would wipe this out and put Claire here. Okay, and then because I have my temp variable, now I can slide my temp variable right back there. So now I could just do array position 2 is equal to my temp variable. And since I saved it, it's okay. And now Alice will be slid right back there. So basically, I thought this was a good picture of it. You kind of like make it temporary, then overwrite it, and then you can put your temp variable back. All right, so I thought this was like a good visualization of what's going on here. Okay, so your job is now to initialize the array of teachers and then swap them without creating a new array. If you get stuck with this, let me know. I can make more help videos, but I'm going to stop here, and hopefully what I did today is good enough to help you with it. If not, again, just send me an email or something and let me know. All right, that's it. Have a great day.